Hello everybody, it's been a while. I think we actually have a video recorded from an old con which we went to, but it's kind of really out of date now, so we're probably not going to bother doing this, but we have a new space. New to you, not new to us. We've been in here a little while, but up to this point it's just been making it work, rather than spending any time really sorting anything. We've spent a little bit of time recently, making our weeks very long, but spent a little bit of time recently sorting everything out and making it a bit more useful, a bit more practical for us, and just a nicer workflow for everything. We're both very tired, but we wanted to show you what we've done and what the space is, basically. So I'm going to flip you around and let's have a look. So, the first off, we've got little bits of storage for a project that is yet to be announced. Give a sneak peek. Thank you. It was, I think, Macy Makes 3D or something. She had all these cardboard boxes in one of her videos, and we were like, wow, that's so much better than the boxes that we had. We've got what's kind of become the mold making table, I guess.
Mold making, resin, dice making table.
Yeah.
Just to kind of separate it from everything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on it, but like, this is still very much a work in progress. We can see all the Smith's Forge dice making molds. We do love those things. A couple of pressure pots, which I think you've got something to get out of there today. So we'll be able to see that. And we have the Masters polishing, I guess. That's kind of the only thing we really do here.
Dice polishing, masters polishing, to tumble,
Oh, yeah.
to be sanded.
We have a bit of a backlog, but we're getting there. Our new Sunlu S4 filament dryer as well. We'll do a review on that at some point after we've used it. We've got about 100 hours or so in it now. Used it a bit more. We'll give you a bit of a review on that one. Then you might notice, anybody who's we have 4. Now this is news to most people because these are quite new to us. But to begin with, we've got nice big filament racks. We've got a fair bit in them. The one on the right is all the dry filament, which we've been running through the S4. That S4's been a workhorse, hasn't it? Like, it's been fantastic. And all the ones on the left are ones that we still need to dry.
Yeah, there's like a bit of a mix now of the more drier filaments.
Yeah.
Just for space sake, but we're trying to keep everything as like...
We have currently have, oh, this is also just a bit of storage. It keeps being I'm sure that's tilty. Sorry if that's tilty, everybody, but I'm not willing to fight with a gimbal right now. And then over here, we have all of our printers, which we've got stuff to take off. Some cool dragon heads, which are going in the cafe. But this is the new one. That is not even remotely level, is it? All right, shortcut, but I think I've fixed the gimbal thingy. It was just being a bit weird. So yeah, this is the new big boy, the Bamboo Labs X2D. It's been great. You can see there, we've just finished a 17, well, nearly 18-hour print, which is a cool thing. 10 hours in, and I'm still hungry for more filament. Bamboo is a bit weird for that, but we can see inside. The lighting is great, which is compared to the old ones. I say the old ones, the other ones, it's great, but... So we've got all these, which we need to get cleared off and get started on new ones. This one's kind of cool looking. It's an Arctic something dragon? I think something like that. These are all from STL Flicks. We'll shove a link in the description so you can have a nosy at those. We do have resin set up here. This hasn't really been used yet, but this will be fairly soon. We've just had everything plugged in today. Lauren was sorting all the cabling and everything out and needs to get it all plugged in. But we are in. We've got a new wash and cure station, which will just help us make things a little bit nicer. More for workflow than anything else, though. But yeah, and just storage, which you guys saw. We have another new printer over here, which is the A1, which we got kind of actually just to save us having to use that for like functional parts rather than pretty parts. So this is currently printing some AMS risers. The Cobra, we're not 100% certain whether or not that's going to live there. The route for the filament is a little bit janky. For this it's working fine, but that's coming out of the Creality dry box. We've had that for ages now, to be fair, that's worked fine, but we're only ever really doing PLA, so like we're not exactly trying them very hard, are we?
No.
But yeah, we do have a lounge area. Our son's feeling very sick at the minute, so I'm not sure too much, but we are kind of just in a lounge area, again, tidying everything up. I think he's just on his iPad doing whatever he's doing.
Well,
but yeah.
range and postal area.
Yeah, all that stuff there is all the posting stuff, which we've got that parcel to send actually. We had a parcel returned just because they couldn't deliver it apparently. But yeah, so this is the new space. And we're just gonna, I guess, get some bits done, take you along, show you what we're doing really day to day. And yeah, I'm probably gonna consume more caffeine because I'm feeling it. But yeah, let's show you what we're getting up to. Interesting angle for this one. I've got it mounted up on the storage frame, but I am just getting the bamboo ready to go again. So, although it's gonna try and look at me, but anyway. So I've got the horns going for the fairy dragon, which I did print before on the same plate, but it decided to have an issue. So I'm gonna get this one going again. And that'll be print. So that's going to go on this one, which is where we pull that one off. Slot 3 is fine with the AMS. I need to get the horns. No, cancel. Because the fairy dragon's the blue one. We've got the white horns, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, so I actually need to swap that to Prod 2. So basically we've got it production 1, production 2, prototype 1, and now prototype 2. Not that it really makes much difference. So it's all just so that we kind of know what name is going to be which. Let's overwrite you. I don't normally use a MacBook for doing these things because I prefer Windows. I don't really have an issue with Mac. It's just this is a spare laptop that we have. So we keep it down here. Lets me set things up rather than having to go back upstairs to the office. We're in the cafe. I don't know if we said that in the entrance bit. Yeah, so we're now based in a space in the cafe. Most of our followers and people, like most of you guys, should know about the cafe, I think. If not, we'll do another video at some point. But most people we've spoken to, we mention the cafe, and most of our customers know about it because unfortunately the cafe is probably one of the main things that delays orders, just because we have so much going on with it. But hopefully the setup now will be a little bit easier. Our son is also apparently just amazing at sanding Dice Masters. He's done one set and they were nigh on perfect, so he's wanting to start doing some of those. So you might very well see some masters coming from our son soon, as well as dice making. Like, he's an art student, he's about to go to college for art, like he has all the ideas when it comes to making things pretty. I do not. So you guys are quite lucky in the sense of we've got, obviously, you know, Lauren and then our son that are both doing art. So like, they're the arty people. I make the things, do the things. So this is only going to take 4 hours, which is fine. A little bit annoying, but then that should be this one. Hopefully. You're going to wake up? It's downloading. Cool. That's going. And I need to do the horns for the black dragon, don't I? Which is STL Flix's true dragon. They say that's the one you think of when you think of a dragon, which, yeah, I can understand that. One thing which, if you guys know bamboo printers and things like that, the X2D is a dual nozzle printer, which has been great, but the second nozzle, bamboo very much say is an auxiliary nozzle, so it actually prints from an outside spool, and it's fed by a Bowden tuber rather than a direct drive, so it's completely separate, which is fine, but it's worked well for us. The first print we did was actually like this black and gold starry bunny thing, which I can't remember who it was that made that. I know it was a lass who had a bunch of Star Wars stuff that she did, so if anybody watches a bunch of 3D printers, YouTubers, you'll probably know who I mean by that. They had a bunch of Star Wars stuff in their background, and I think that's what a lot of their projects are. But she made this really nice bunny file with like nebulas and stuff on it. Not nebulas, like constellations. So we printed that. That came out beautifully, and it was 9 hours in the X2D, whereas the carbon, because it was 2 colors, was like 23 hours or something. So an impressive bit of kit. And it's just a good printer. I do much prefer the lighting on the X2D compared. They've just put another light in the front as far as I can see, and maybe they're a bit brighter. I'm not sure. But the lighting is much nicer. You can see into it better. Come on. Pull back current filament. So you do have to manually unwind this. Whereas with the AMS, obviously it does it itself. One thing which I didn't realise with the AMS 2 Pro, which is what ships with the X2D, it can dry things. It is a filament dryer, but not while printing, which is actually really annoying. Okay, it's doing whatever it's doing. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Hopefully they introduce a firmware update where it'll let you print and dry at the same time, because we were looking already at the Sunlu AMS heaters for these. These are just the Gen 1 AMSs, and you can print and dry at the same time. I understand Bamboo's logic. It's about not having like warm filaments going through the extruder and potentially clogging and things like that. But just turn the temperature down, I guess. But I don't know. They're a lot smarter than I am when it comes to 3D printing, so they'll have a reason for it. Well, this is fun. It still thinks it's loaded. Let's try and tell it to pull back filament. Hopefully it's not got snapped in the Bowden tube. I don't think it has, but we'll see. Yes, it's fine. It's done. Continue. I'm trying to unload the other filament, like the white filament, which is now there, but it doesn't know that it's unloaded. So that's fun. Okay, so it was that. That's why it wouldn't unload, I'm hoping, because it's now saying it's not loaded. So that is why it wasn't loading or unloading. Something snapped in the tube. Which, to be fair, that was a lot easier to deal with than if it was through the AMS, although the new AMS is a little bit easier. But right, so that can just get put in. Oh, I don't know where the junk file is now. Junk file? Junk pile? Oh, they're up here. So that's fine. Let's get these sliced. So that is 51 grams, 3 hours 28. So I will get that printed. That's the horns for the STL Flix True Dragon. The filament track switch installed on the printer does not match the... What? If the filament... It just has it. Yeah, it's fine. Go. I haven't changed anything. It does come up with like... Bamboo have been really like overcautious, I've noticed, with the X2D. It gives you lots of, this might not work perfectly. I don't know what the issue is, but we'll see. So that's the horns going. I don't need the horns for the white dragon because we've got those. So that's the blue horns going, black horns going. Cool. I guess we can maybe, and you won't get to hear about this, we can maybe do some happy noises. This is Paul from Pagan Arts. Jesus, I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
Just messaging me, trying to tempt me with Formlabs resin printers, and however nice that would be. I think we're a little bit away from that.
Yeah.
Not doing things. Well, that's going to be it for today. I think we're going to shoot home, do some shopping, get some stuff for dinner, see if we can find a power screwdriver, because I think that would be useful. I know the Fantech ones online are really good. but they're like 80 quid for a screwdriver with like 100 bits, and we use like 3. So I'm just going to try and find something a bit simpler. We do just use a drill a lot of the time, but that can get quite heavy, especially when you're above your head with it, because it's got a big 5 amp hour battery on it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today. We'll see you next time, I guess. Hopefully reveal a bit more about what we're doing. We don't know how often we're going to be able to do these videos, more just in the time sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to try and give you guys a bit more content. Socials and everything will have more up-to-date content, reels and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we will see you next time. So from Dungeons Caffeine, we will see you on the interverse, I guess. But yeah, ciao everyone.